Hello and welcome to Wallet Wisdom. It's a brand new podcast from Lake Michigan Credit Union. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan, alongside
Kayla.
Kayla, welcome. We've also got producer Brett in the house here. He's running the board and filling in the color commentary, right, Brett?
Oh, that's right.
Especially when we don't want him to.
That's
exactly.
right.
So a little bit about episode 1 right now, which is what we're in, which is really cool.
The premiere.
This is the premiere episode of Wallet Wisdom. Premiere. The intention of this podcast is to help you make sense of your financial situations and topics and stuff like that. So Kayla and I are regular people just like you, right?
I think I'm pretty regular.
I think we're regular enough, right?
Sounds like a personal question, but
I think you guys are pretty regular.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. So through our questions, we'll bring in LMCU financial experts and hope you'll find value in the topics that we bring and hopefully find something along the way, a little journey with us. So we're also going to have fun, I hope.
I think so.
We do have a lot of cool stuff like Stump the Show trivia, where we'll pit our guests against us, and if they win, we'll help them make a small difference to a charity of their picking. So we usually have $50 on the line, which is pretty cool. So let's do this together. Write us on Facebook and Twitter, and let us know if you have any questions you'd like us to present to our experts. We really want to be very engaging and social with this, right, Kayla?
oh, social is the most important thing to be.
Right.
Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, wherever you are, we are. Except TikTok. We're not on TikTok.
No,
we're not that cool.
Not that cool
Not
yet.
quite. No, that's true. Not yet.
On today's show, we've got Andrew Clarkson from LMCU Mortgage. He'll be here talking about trying to debunk some down payment myths. We'll kind of break that down and hopefully solve some of that on the show today. We'll also play, again, like I mentioned earlier, Stump the Show trivia. And I think the topic's pop culture. I should probably prep that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Would be smart.
Yes. So we'll see. And Kayla will be playing Andrew today. I'll be asking the questions. We kind of switched the show, that format up each episode, so make sure you keep watching, and it'll be all kinds of fun.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
I'm feeling pretty good about this, I hope.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Andrew can pull off.
He might surprise us.
He might surprise
Well, you're
us.
a bit of a pop culture,
Aficionado.
Yes,
Pop culture is
that's-
my life.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Andrew,
He's got his work cut out for him.
We'll see.
let's move over to Financial Files. It's FF time right here on the podcast.
Yeah.
Double F.
So I found a story about a suburban mom. She lost $20,000 to basically what started as a robocall scam. Kind of a sad story. So we'll listen. I brought some clips, and we'll take a look at it, break it down, and hopefully our intention is so you can avoid this happening to you, because it's unfortunately become common.
It's all about awareness.
That's
Did
right.
you say $20,000?
$20,000.
That's incredible.
All right, let's bring this up. So the first clip is, again, sort of telling you a little bit about this mother who got ousted all this money. Here we go.
Your Social Security number has been suspended for suspicion of illegal activity.
Anne is a mother of 3 who agreed to an interview only if we changed her name.
He said I had 25 bank accounts, I had illegal drug activity, I was, I'm warrant out for my arrest for money laundering.
Weird. I mean, I've had this happen. I think just the other day I had a voicemail on my phone that was kind of like the same thing. It was far more robotic.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think I might still have one on my phone.
I think
from
I do
last
too.
week. Yeah.
You know what? Keep it. Let's do on the next episode.
Yeah, there
Let's
we go.
play them.
Yes.
And kind of show what that does.
Happens to all of us.
Well, and they seem to get more and more sophisticated now
Yes.
with how they're doing everything. I mean, these phone calls, they're coming as unknown, but in your same area code.
Yep.
Right.
You know, and so it comes up and you're like, wait, is this someone from right in my neighborhood?
Is this someone who's reaching out for something? Like, is this a friend of a friend? I don't know. Should I answer it?
And in this case, too, this becomes very threatening. You know, they have very specific instructions. Let's hear a little bit more about what happened to this mom.
The agent told her to follow his instructions or she was going to jail.
I needed to prove that I only have 2 bank accounts, not 25.
The caller told her to empty her account and forward the money to the government for temporary safekeeping.
How believable was this guy?
It was very believable.
I emptied $20,000 out of my bank account.
That's hard.
First of all,
That's a lot of money.
$20,000 in your bank account. Good for you.
Yeah, right. I don't have that kind of cash just laying around.
Right. Very, very tricky. I mean, you can tell the urgency that this feels. This individual, is relatively young too. I know that a lot of times these calls are targeted at older folks, but I mean, this just shows that this can affect anyone at any age.
Yeah, it's that fear tactic. You get somebody who, I'm sure this woman was even suspicious, but then you threaten her with jail time or something more serious, and it's like, is this worth not doing because of the possible consequence? Like, I can see, I think for a lot of us, it's easy to hear these stories and be like, oh, I would never fall for that.
Right.
But you never know unless you're in that situation and your well-being is being threatened. What would you do?
You're right on, and I think in the next clip, I think it's there. We'll see. If not, though, she mentions like she didn't feel like herself when this was going on. Let's see if that comes up here.
The caller was so threatening, she ignored her own daughter.
And my 13-year-old, she was like, Mom, that's a lot of money. Why are you taking all that money out?
The caller then wanted her to transfer the money via gift cards in what's become a classic scam.
So interesting also that other family, kind of continuing your point, is kind of like throwing an alarm bell on this.
Yeah, and actually, I must say, I'm hopeful for the next generation because that daughter is old enough to recognize that's a lot of money and that doesn't seem right. Something's not right.
Well, I think the one thing to note here, too, is which we're about to get into, is they're getting this through gift cards.
Right.
That should be an immediate red flag, especially at a store, a retail store.
Right.
Right.
A maybe siren blaring red police siren flag.
Right.
For sure. Well, and also, too, lastly, looking at how they said that she ignored her own daughter. I mean, this can get so serious that you begin to, get tunnel vision. You're not even paying attention to anything else or what's going on. You're so panicked.
Right. You're so panicked. You're probably not using your logical thinking skills.
Exactly.
Yep.
Now, these scammers were very sophisticated and knew exactly what they were doing. Rather than have Ann go to one store and purchase over 10 grand in gift cards, they had her go to multiple Targets and make multiple purchases.
So that's how they do. Obviously, it'd be a big red flag, too, to the retailer that somebody's coming in to purchase that.
That's kind of what
many.
I was wondering, if there was somebody, whoever was checking them out, being like, hey, do you mind if I ask what these are for? I mean, which isn't really their business, but you know, we're in the Midwest, so.
I know, right? That's very true.
And the story does go on to say, this is just a tip for everyone listening. The Social Security, the IRS, FBI, agencies like this will never actually call about a warrant for your arrest or anything like that. So take caution with when you hear those sorts of things. I think that's the voicemail that I have that we can play a little later is, I've been sequestered for legal action or something to that effect. Yeah,
mine is I'm fortunate. The only loans I have are auto loans in my house. So when I get calls all the time, it's like, your credit card is blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well,
now that's funny.
Easy for me to know because I don't have one. But I could see how that would be threatening if I did have one. I'd be like, wait a minute, is this real?
Yeah.
We'll hit this topic more. I think it's fraud is pretty important, and there's lots that we can dive into with that. But
for sure.
Yeah, and we'll actually too with the blog post of this episode, we can provide some helpful links for anybody who's looking for that.
Yes, Kayla, the volunteer there for the blog. I like it. We've got awesome. Stump the Show coming up in a little bit. $50 on the line towards a charity. We'll go more into that in a minute. But first, Andrew Clarkson's in the house from Lake Michigan Credit Union. He's going to be talking to us about debunking some myths of down payments. Andrew, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, thank you guys so much for having me. Not too much over here. I'm admiring the space in the studio that you have.
Thank you.
We worked really hard on
this huge glass dome that you have in here. It's just amazing.
Yeah. A lot of money went into this. I'm just kidding.
Natural light.
Yes.
Pretty much the setup of Bubble Boy is what it makes me think of.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We've got nice colors.
We've got colors.
Yeah.
That's right. We're showing our true colors right now.
That's right.
So you're in today to talk about down payments.
Yes, down payments. Definitely some good stuff out there that can help people purchase their first home or second home, dream home, refinance, take cash out, all this, different stuff that you can do with in the mortgage business today.
So I think a lot of our listeners often wonder when, and it's all about, I think even for second and third time buyers, it's a lot about the house. So that's what gets them started. They're hunting for a house. And then of course, I think that big question comes up, which is soon after is like, how much do you put down, right?
Right.
As you're starting to get your mortgage set up and.
Yeah, which is always like a really good first step when you're, you get excited about looking at houses.
Right.
You're online, you have people sending you stuff, different links to different houses that are available. You even see it on Facebook and Instagram now. Yeah. But after you get that initial excitement, the next logical step would be, I got to secure my financing. I got to know how much I can afford and how much money do I actually need to bring to the closing table in order to get into my dream home.
For sure.
You got to make it real.
Exactly.
Because I'm not house hunting, but am I on Zillow
I thought
every
you
day?
were.
Yes. it's addicting. It's fun. And then you do find the one, and then you reach out to hopefully your financial institution or whoever you want to go through and work with. And then when you get that moment, oh my gosh, maybe I could afford this house.
Right.
Is really cool.
Or if you're like me and you find the dream house you want and then you realize, oh, I can't afford that. Then it's like heartbreaking.
Yeah. You see it, all the time where you have a buyer that's really, really interested, and then they go to see their, financial advisor, their loan officer at LMCU or, any financial institution that it is. And they sit down, they have that initial consultation, and it comes to, oh, wait a second, I don't need 20% down in order to get into this home. And it's like an epiphany. And it's like, wait a second, what type of program do I qualify for? And the great thing about LMCU being a community bank is that we were founded on like the community bank principles, right? The credit union principles of we want to help people in our community that we serve get into, affordable homes with low down payments and great interest rates. So it's not just a regular 20% down loan and get into the house. Now we have different programs for teachers, for doctors, different occupations, and ones that can serve just a multitude of people around the area.
Any packages for podcast DJs? I could really,
That's one that we need to work on still. Let's put the package together. We'll put it before a credit committee and we'll say, hey, anything for podcast? Yeah, maybe later. Yeah.
So do you have to be a first-time home buyer to qualify for any of these options, or kind of what you're saying, like you don't need that 20% down? What does that mean?
So the easy answer is no, you don't need the 20% down. You don't need to be a first-time home buyer. There's different programs that we have where, for example, conventional loans right now, you only need, if you're a first-time home buyer, 3% down. In some cases, 5% down. Which is really nice because you can save that additional 15 to 17% that you're going to use as your down payment for stuff like you weren't thinking of. Maybe landscaping, maybe I need to furnish this big house that I just bought because I'm moving from 1,000 square feet to 2,000 square feet. So the programs that we're seeing a lot of first-time homebuyers go after are those conventional loans with the 3% down. Or the 5% down programs. FHA, you can do a 3.5% down. Some of our community programs, we do 100% financing on.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Wow, 100%.
Yeah. So for example, if like a relocating doctor, if they're coming into the area, we have like this very attractive program where they get, 100% financing. They don't need to bring anything down. Generally that's just the way that it works out in that occupation where you're coming off of student loans with, 6 figures wrapped up into student loan debt. And then you have a community bank like us, community credit union, that will help you out.
That's really cool. And I'm one of those people who grew up learning.
You grew up?
Yes, I grew up. That's the end of the story.
I have yet to do
Thank you
that.
for being here. No, I was under the impression I needed 20% down, which is why I rented a lot longer than I probably needed to. And so once I started working here and learned a lot about our options, there truly is something for everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
And with that, I'm wondering, how does your credit score play a role in all of these things? Because a lot of things that people think is top of mind when borrowing money is your credit score.
And great question too, because credit score is so important. It basically says, If I have a 740 credit score, yes, you get the best tier 1 pricing available to you. But, if I'm somewhere in the 600s, we can still work with your credit profile and get you into a home. But, it might not be as attractive as a different score. So what do you do in that situation, right? It's not the end all be all. There's still things you can do. First thing you should do is come to Lake Michigan Credit Union and talk to your loan officer, because they can be your guide through this whole process. And when they go through the initial credit profile with you, they can kind of see this is where you need help out.
And Andrew, a lot of people start with the realtor relationship, right? They're hunting for homes. So speak to that a little bit. Like, how do you go about finding a loan officer?
So loan officer or real estate agent, or kind of both?
Once you get to the pre-approval process, like what's that first step in finding a loan officer you want to work with?
Yeah, so I would say where you do your banking, right? You're going to go into the credit union, and you're going to see your favorite teller after you grab your cup of coffee that you always get, when you're there one day a week or whatever it is. And, ask the person to, for a recommendation who they should see. Typically in all of our branches, we have a loan officer ready and waiting to take a call or an appointment. We also get a lot of word of mouth too in the community. We do over 25% of the mortgages in Kent County, Greater Grand Rapids alone. So
that's incredible.
1 out of 4 home purchases is going through LMCU. So we really know our stuff when it comes to the process and how to efficiently and effectively get you into that home as fast as possible and with as little financial burden too.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's where it's most important. My most recent house that I purchased, I just went through what my realtor suggested that works best for him, and what his partnership is with an LO and loan officer. Yes, thank you.
For those wondering.
And I'll tell you what, it was one of the most disappointing experiences I ever had working with a different company, because there wasn't the same kind of emphasis on educating in how the loan works and how all those parts and pieces come together. And, I was talking with some of my friends that have gone through LMCU, and they're like, oh, it was so easy. And they explained everything along the way. They were, any time I had a question, they were right there to answer. And I'm like, gosh, I wish I had that experience. So, but I think that's the one thing that a lot of people are unsure about is, do I have to go with what my realtor suggests from a loan officer?
Well, what you said is really intriguing too, because we hear that a lot as well. Having a lot of membership in the Grand Rapids area, typically the first person that touches the real estate transaction is the real estate agent. They're kind of like the quarterback that can sometimes direct buyers to different vendors, whether it's the title company, the insurance company, the loan officer, the lending institution. The great thing about LMCU is that we work with so many of the agents around the state of Michigan and Florida as well. Wow. And we do it really effectively too, because we're focused on that relationship. We know ultimately that we have the same vision that everybody else in the transaction has, which is get this borrower in the house as quickly as possible, because everybody has a schedule, whether the kids are going to start school, or it's summertime, we need to get in there, or it's wintertime, we're in the middle school and we need to, have as less burden on their lives as possible. So, that's kind of the focus, is we're those guides for those borrowers as they come through the door, and can work well with every different vendor.
Sure. Well, so I have one other question for you too.
Apparently you got all kinds of questions.
I know. I'm so intrigued by this whole thing.
Just let me know when you want me to jump in.
That'd be great.
They're good questions though. So
I just am thinking about all my student loan debt that I have, and I'm just worried. We talked about credit scores, but with all that student loan debt, I know a lot of people are having, that is kind of the big thing right now, is student loan debt is on an all-time high. I mean, am I out of the picture of getting a house because I have all this student loan debt?
If you open up your news feed right now, you'll probably see at least 1 out of 5 articles that is mentioning student loan debt. Not only is it a hot button political issue now, but it's also like the hot button financial issue going on.
The most important thing is money.
That's true. Thank you, Arnold.
That's
the
right.
Governor there. But it's so true. Like with student loan debt, banks, credit unions are starting to realize that a student that goes to college right now has to take out so much debt in order to get that degree. And what are students doing now? They're going for advanced degrees too. So they're going for master's programs, for their doctorates and stuff like that. So in lending, especially LMCU, we look at student loan debt as kind of like one of those good debts because it's an investment in you. It's an investment in, your career. It's an investment in your education. So there are programs where we look at student loan debt a lot differently than other types of debt, like credit card debt, Right. But if you've racked up a lot of credit card debt or something like that, and it's to the limit, that's always going to be looked at and weighted more heavily on the credit report than some student that just spent, so much in student loans bettering themselves,
right,
and trying to accomplish what they set out to do, right, and get that degree. So there's definitely ways to go to work with those payments and still get somebody into a house affordably so they're comfortable.
That's awesome.
I think with that, something I come across a lot seeing on the internet and social media questions about mortgages specifically is if I don't have a big enough down payment, are there other ways to increase that? I know I've heard of gifts and things like that, but I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, we work with, we see gifts from parents or family members. Sometimes how it goes sometimes is how we see it. People get married, right? And then the next step, they get a house together. And we see a lot of, wedding gifts in the form of either cash or checks that are made out to the happy couple now. So there's ways to convert that and show it in your checking account as a gift that you can use toward the down payment of your home.
Excellent.
Well, I think we're just about out of time, but what is like the most important thing you can think of to tell a potential borrower looking for a home?
If someone only takes away one thing from this interview.
Well, you guys brought it up before. After that initial excitement and you start looking for the house, it's kind of like you got to build the team around you, right? You need the dream team. You need to get recommendations from friends, go to your credit union, find the loan officer, get pre-qualified. So when you have that excitement of looking for homes, you can actually turn that into a reality and you know exactly how much that you can afford.
Got to get that dream team.
I like this building the dream team thing. Yeah, yeah. And
put it on a t-shirt.
I think you can do all this at lmcu.org if you wanted to get started, right? You can find a loan officer there. You can look at different programs.
Yeah, you can do everything on the website. You can look for the branch. You can look for loan officers. You can also see different ratings and stuff like that and feedback.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
go digital online world.
Check it out. Yeah. Digital mortgage.
Digital mortgage. Stump the Show time. When you hear that music, it's time to get going.
It's time to get serious.
That's right. So, Andrew, you're the first guest. You're the first Stump the Show guest as well. So, we're going to run through the rules a little bit. We kind of make them up as we go, just FYI.
The points don't matter.
That's right.
Points definitely matter. First to 5 wins. We do have a lot, at stake here. $50 is on the line, Andrew, and I want you to give this to a charity of your will. If you were to lose today, that money goes into a pot, and our next show's guest gets a shot at double the money.
Cool.
So, Kayla isn't taking home $50 if she wins.
No, I am not. As much as I fought for that.
What charity would you like to donate to?
I know what's on the line. I'd like to donate to my brother's charity. It's called Adam Clarkson Foundation.
Tell us a little about that.
So my family started this foundation when my brother passed about 4 years ago. And, he left behind 2 children, Aiden and Cameron. They're 10 and 7. The initial idea was that we wanted to provide scholarships for higher education in the form of 529 plans to children that have lost a parent or parents. Since then, the foundation's raised over the last 3 years now $120,000.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we've also added scholarship recipients over the past 3 years too. So in addition to Aiden and Cameron, we also have 3 more children that have received scholarships.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, keep up the good work.
Is there a website people can learn some more information about it?
Yeah, you can go to adamclarksonfoundation.org.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Check it out, you guys.
Yes. All right. With that, Kayla, you're on the line here.
I'm the challenger today.
That's right.
What's the topic?
Topic is pop culture.
Ooh, you're going down.
Okay. I don't know.
How well do you know pop culture?
I used to watch MTV like all the time, you know.
I still do.
And yeah, but
Some TMZ.
if there's any Jersey Shore stuff in there, I think I'll be pretty good. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
All right.
Guest goes first. I
Guest.
imagine?
Well, I think we should flip a coin.
Yes.
We don't have one.
Yeah.
flip a cap. I got the bottle
Flip a cap. We're gonna do flip a cap.
cap.
Told you we make this up as we go.
Flipping
right.
the cap.
Cap open, cap down.
Yes. You're our guest. Why don't you do it? It's gonna rig in your favor.
You calling it in the air?
I'm gonna go cap open.
Okay.
Cap open.
Cap down.
Cap down.
That's a good sign for
Home
me.
team advantage. All right. First question, Kayla.
I'm ready.
How old was Leanne Rimes when she released her first single, Blue?
14.
That is incorrect.
Dang it!
Andrew, chance to steal.
Oh man, she was young,
Very.
but I was, 14 is the over under. I might.
Do you want to phone a friend? You can.
I'm gonna go teenager. I'm gonna go 13.
That is correct.
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right, I talked
Good
a big
work.
game. I gotta step it up here.
All right. 1-0. Andrew, your question.
Yes, sir.
Who produced and performed in the 1989 Batman soundtrack that included the hits Bat Dance and Party Man?
Well, that would be Mr. Minnesota himself, Prince.
Correct. Some Batman knowledge there. Would you have gotten that, Kayla?
No, I would not.
Why not?
No.
To say if it's Batman knowledge or just good Prince knowledge.
It is
Yes.
funny because
Yeah, that's
Bat
fair.
Dance is my favorite Prince song. I share that stat with Howard Stern, favorite Prince song,
There
Bat
you
Dance.
go.
So there you
There
go.
you go.
All right. Kayla,
Oof, I'm nervous.
your question. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
What are the two best-selling pop albums of all time?
Thriller.
That's correct. What's the next one?
Oof. Do I get any hints?
No hints.
Okay.
Sorry. Not less producer Brett can make.
Of all time.
I was going to guess Thriller, so that
I
was
should
my
have
first
thought this
guess.
through and saved both guesses till I knew both because I already gave you one.
All right. Question goes to
Yeah,
Andrew.
he looks like he knows it.
Right, okay.
He looks like he knows it.
So I think I know it. It's one of two albums, but I'm going to go with one I really think it is, which is the White Album by the Beatles.
Incorrect.
Oh, okay. Is he?
The correct answer was no one gets this. Eagles.
I knew it,
And their
Eagles.
greatest hits.
That was my other
Hits.
guess.
Dang it. I should have
So-
known
I
that.
Definitely would have had
that album.
Thriller. Thriller
Yes.
made sense.
Actually, I have
Yes.
both of those on vinyl.
Andrew, you're still leading 1-0, and we move
I thought
back.
it was 2-0. He stole the first one and got the second one.
See? That's why you're
2-0.
keeping count, bro.
I am keeping track.
All right. Are you ready? This singer had two very popular duets with Rihanna. Who is Marshall Bruce Mathers III best known as?
That would be Detroit rapper Eminem.
That's correct.
That was an easy one.
Well, you got to give out the easy ones once in a while.
Do ya?
Now 3-0, if I'm keeping count correctly.
Oh, Kayla, got some
I'm in
work to
trouble.
do.
At least it's a great charity. If
That's
I lose.
exactly right.
It is. Kayla, your chance to try to get ahead here. Bram Stoker's Dracula lived in Transylvania. What modern-day country can Transylvania be found in?
This is a geography question, not pop culture.
Dracula is pop culture.
Transylvania.
Is-
What's the creepiest country I can think of?
Oh, come on now. You just threw a whole country under.
At me in the comments.
Ooh,
Germany.
incorrect. Nice try. Andrew, any ideas?
I mean, it's got to be like an Eastern European country, right? Like just hearing the name. So, Transylvania, Slovakia.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
I think I know this one.
What?
I'm going to say Romania.
You were looking at my screen.
No, I swear.
All right, Romania's. Yeah.
Was that right?
absolutely. Yes.
All right. Thank you very
Brett.
much.
Brett can't steal.
Well, I tried.
Andrew, right?
Okay.
We're up Andrew. Are you keeping track of that at least?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Was that yours?
That's correct, because that was geography,
Right.
yep.
Okay, because she got mad at me. What? Andrew, your question. This superstar has played cinematic characters named Annie Porter, Gracie Hart, Harper Lee, and Scarlet Overkill. Who is she?
This sounds like from a different, distant generation. Natalie Wood?
Nope.
I don't know.
Repeat the question, please.
This superstar has played cinematic characters named Annie Porter, Gracie Hart, Harper Lee, and Scarlet Overkill.
Sandra Bullock?
Correct. She's on the board.
She's on the board. That's
The
right.
Gracie Hart was the one I
Yes.
latched onto.
Yes. That was from Miss Congeniality.
Yes. Gracie Lou Freebush was a close second.
Yes. Indeed.
Nice
I
guess.
got one.
All right.
And I'm up.
You're up.
Wow. You could get right back in this
You
game.
could. All right, Kayla. What is the real first name of Marilyn Monroe?
I know it.
Oh, pressure's on now.
That was.
Yeah.
You got this. Come
Margaret.
on. I'm sorry.
Norma Jean.
That's correct.
Andrew with the steal.
4.
And he's up to win the game
This is
right now.
This
Let's
is
just end it
your
right now.
shot. This is your shot. Who won the first American Idol?
That would be my distant cousin from Texas, Kelly Clarkson.
You're related?
Yeah.
You should have led with that.
I didn't know you were related. That one got you in.
Oh, boy.
Do we have victory music?
Yeah, come on, man.
Kind of. Not really. No.
How about the
But here, how
clapping?
about this?
There you go. All right, $50 coming at your wonderful charity. Name that again for us.
Adam Clarkson Foundation.
Well, we hope
Wonderful.
you continue to do good things with that, and we'll get you
Thank you very
the
much.
$50 here real soon.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
This was great, guys.
Even though you kicked my behind in trivia.
Yeah. But that's
All right,
okay.
we'll be back in just a minute. And we're back to Wallet Wisdom here.
We're still here.
Yeah,
We are.
I'm licking my wounds, but
well,
I'm still here.
it's for a good cause.
It is. You know
Yes.
what? A great cause.
That's right. Andrew Clarkson, what a great first guest to have on the show. Truly.
It's got a great vibe.
Very
if you ever
good
get a
vibe.
chance to meet him, take it.
Sure.
Very
Apparently he's
sincere.
related to Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, we didn't get a
Apparently.
chance to discuss that
Yeah, it makes
anymore.
sense.
Either
Now
that
that I
or we're
think about it.
super gullible.
I'm going to go with that one.
So that wraps up episode 1 of Wallet Wisdom. With that, congratulations, team.
Yeah.
We somehow did it.
We did.
God.
We made it.
Great. So subscribe
right.
and like us on Spotify and iTunes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
If you want us on a podcast platform we're not on, let us know. We're happy to look into it. And while you're at it, give us a follow on Instagram for the latest from LMCU and Wallet Wisdom.
Thanks for listening. The information provided in this podcast by Lake Michigan Credit Union is general education or marketing in nature and is not intended to be accounting, legal, tax, investment, financial, or other advice. Statements of individuals are their own, not LMCU's. All topics discussed are information of a general nature and do not address the circumstances of any particular individual or entity. Consult an appropriate professional concerning your specific situation. As of the date of publishing and any future date this podcast is broadcast, all rates, fees, payments, or other specific figures discussed are subject to change and are dependent upon your specific financial situation. All loan products discussed are subject to credit and collateral approval. You alone assume the sole responsibility of evaluating the merits and risks associated with the use of any information or other content in the podcast before making any decisions based on such information or other content. In exchange for listening to the podcast, you agree not to hold LMCU, its affiliates, or any third-party service providers liable for any possible claim for damages arising from any decision you make based on information or other content made available to you through the podcast. For more information on any of the content discussed in this podcast, please visit LMCU.org. Copyright Lake Michigan Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. LMCU, NMLS ID number 442967.